Simple costing the average Aussie zero, but if it's not done, it will cost you thousands. Stay tuned. We're going to tell you about home appliances this morning.
Now, this is the highest paid job you're going to have for the entire year for most Australians. And it's in your house, within your house, and you wouldn't even know it. What do you reckon of that?
Yeah, I reckon it sounds great. Tell us more. Otherwise, you're going to end up like me in the scrapyard.
Yeah, so all those appliances behind you guys in your homes, if you are ignoring them, they will die on you. So, and it seems like the common thing, like a cancer, is dust. It's dust. So this morning, I've had the service guy around, the technician around to fix our fridge, and the guy had a mild heart attack when he looked at all of the condensers on the fridge. So I've got it, and basically what happens is, can you imagine to your mouth and your nose, if you start walking around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, well, like that, that's what the dust does to a lot of your appliances in your home. And if you're making them do that, guess what? The motor has to work harder to suck harder, and then the motor just simply dies on you.
Yep, and it's not good for performance. So we've got a few simple activities this morning for you that'll help a lot.
Well, the difference is your appliance can last 3 or 4 years, or it can last 10 or 20 years if you look after them. But it's such a boring topic for a lot of people, and people just don't know how to do it. But if you Google your appliance and how to maintain them, you will get 10 times the life out of your appliance.
All right, here we go. Because I thought this was really interesting. When Mark said I've got the service man from Bridge around, I thought, what on earth does that mean? I didn't even know what Bridge appliance was, but I do now.
Bridge? What's Bridge?
What Google told me Bridge was, it refers to a mid-range kitchen appliance that bridges the gap between the high-end professional-grade equipment and the more budget-friendly basic models.
No, I was zero. Bridge. I said fridge.
You said fridge. I said bridge.
I said fridge. Yeah, it's a zero fridge. Sub-zero.
Okay, but here's some really basic stuff. Like, read the manual. Each appliance has got its different, ways of taking care of it.
Boring. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Here's a really good one. Cleaning regularly, but there's certain things you need to look for. The condenser coils. I think that's what you spoke about.
Number one.
Find them at the back of the appliance normally, or underneath?
It changes. Some of them, with our one, it sits at the bottom of the fridge. So the kick panel drops down, and then you undo 2 screws, and there's the condenser arm that sits there. And that condenser cools down the air, but it's sucking in air. So it's not going to blow in dusty air to your fridge, inside your fridge. So it's got to have like a radiator or a filter on the front of it. It's got to. And then that filter just sucks dust. And the natural thing with dust is it's always in the air. You don't realise that gets stuck in stuff and it kills stuff. Again, it's like kills it.
I think for ovens, they said trying to wipe spills immediately. Otherwise, it's all in there just cooking together. Dishwashers and washing machines, just running a clean run through with vinegar or a specialized cleaner monthly, or for washing machine, baking soda every few months. I've never done one of these activities.
No.
I don't know about my parents, but not once.
Well, look, I'm constantly replacing stuff. in 30 years of the house. Like, I'm finding the shelf life of these appliances is low, and I probably sounds really silly, but I'm looking at the fridges I've replaced, and the only reason I would have replaced these fridges is because of the condenser, me not vacuuming the bloody condenser on the back. The job took me 30 seconds.
Yeah. The other thing, like if your appliance is failing, it could just be a case of like a sort of a loose part or a seal. So have a look for that. The filters are a big one, particularly for air conditioning
Yep,
and water filters. They go manky. Change
yep,
them out.
change them out.
Here's such an obvious one: making sure your appliance is level. Don't have it on a slight tilt. Don't prop two legs at the back and none at the front to give it an angle, because when it's running and in use, it's putting more mechanical strain on certain parts than others. So obvious.
Billy, I can't believe you said that. Um, I've killed washing machines over this. So it gets delivered, it gets dropped. If it's not balanced, because these washing machines, when they're they go through a rinse cycle, or in particular, they are flying in a circle, as in flying. If you don't have that that leveled on your appliance, you're going to add a shitload of wear and tear. You're not going to just half the life of your appliance. You're probably going to lose 75% of it, just because of what you just said.
And let me tell you what the average Aussie gets out of their appliance. For a refrigerator, the warranty period's 1 to 5 years, but the average lifespan's 10 to 15 if look after properly. Washing
If looked
machine, the
after
warranty
properly.
period's 1 to 3 years. Most people get eight to
Really?
12 out of them. Dishwashers 7 to 12 years. Ovens 10 to 15 years. Microwaves 7 to 10 years. Dryers 10 to 13 years. So it is worthwhile doing this stuff. They do last.
Look, you're going to have to replace it if you don't. It's not. If you're not maintaining these things, and it's such a yawn topic, like, or thing to do. It's probably a bit of a nerd thing to do. Hey, Stanko from Serbia. If you're not doing these things, this is worldwide. This stuff, like, these appliances, are sitting in everyone's homes. So you've got to look after them. Look, another thing as well. I think you mentioned, Billy, before when we were off air, was the seals on your fridge. If the seals are not efficient, the fridge has to work harder. It works harder, it has less life. So, always making sure there's a clean seal and a good seal all the way around. Something actually that most people that I see never, ever, 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 ever do is, if you look at all of your windows in a house, they all have a seal, SEAL. And that seal, it does not have a 99-year life. So, aluminium windows in DY.
Yep.
If you actually look at the windows, you'll feel a little bit of felt.
Mm-hmm.
That felt you can feel. If you
Yep.
actually have a close look at that felt, it's removable. It slides out. And the purpose of that is that seal's meant to be replaced every so often. Now, again, it's a yawn topic, but if you're not going to be replacing that seal, you are going to be heating your home more or cooling your home more, depending on the season.
There you go.
It's going to cost you bucks. It's going to
Get
cost you
efficient.
bucks.
Get efficient or
It's
get
get efficient.
spending.
And you know what? If you look at the cost of a replacement of these things, or if you look at the cost of maintenance, the motor working harder, using more energy, or, like, basically, it's probably the highest paid task you're going to have for the year for most Australians. So, cruise around your property. You know what? Don't Google it. Chat GPT. Your model number and your
It's going to be
appliance,
amazing.
right, and have a look at that and just say, what do I have to do to maintain it? It would take minutes, and it would save you thousands and thousands of dollars.
I've got nothing else to add. Get out there, go do it.
Smashed it today. Smashed it. Hopefully, it's a good tip for people. And before I go, the biggest tip I've got to give on maintaining appliances, not really an appliance. Under every sink, you will see a braided hose. Those braided hoses will fail due to rust. Run your hand over it. If that braided hose pokes you in the finger, replace it because it's just about to fail. If that braided hose fails, it has a permanent rush of water in it. So as soon as that fails, it's going to get water all over your house. And if you're not home, you'll come home to a braided hose that's broken, that's been running for 5 or 10 hours. It's yuck. So be careful.
Flexi hose, change.
Flexi hose, change them, check them.
Check them. There you go.
Great tips today.
Great advice. Great advice. We'll be back tomorrow with more.
Have a great day, guys. See ya.